Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm really happy because I'm filming my face for the first time in this video, and today I'm going to be talking about my goals for my collection for 2021 and also just general fangirl goals that I have. So I'm going to talk about what groups I collect first because I feel like I haven't really gone through that before. So for girl groups I collect TWICE and ITZY, and then for boy groups I collect 101, Victon, Kang Daniel, Ong Song-woo, AB6, New East, and BTS. And if you guys are wondering why I'm looking down, it's because I have my notebook on my lap so I can refer to the notes that I made. And then apart from K-pop, I also collect Arashi. Arashi is a J-pop group and they are my absolute favorite group of all time. But we'll get on to the goals that I have for Arashi a little bit later. So moving on to K-pop collection goals first. For TWICE, I collect their pre-order photocard sets and I plan to keep doing that this year. There's only 3 more that I need to be up to date with their pre-order collections. So just the first one that they released, and then a fancy one and a summer nights one. That's all I need. And then my other goal for TWICE is to finish their Feel Special OT9 sets, and I do actually want to collect all of their Feel Special cards because I loved that era. I also want to finish their Eyes Wide Open retro sets, and after I finish all of those OT9 photo cards, maybe I would choose some more OT9 photo card sets to collect. Depends what I feel like. Now moving on to ITZY. So for ITZY I collect Yeji because she is my bias. I don't collect ITZY that seriously, I guess, but I do want to continue collecting Yeji. I have finished all of their album photo cards up to Not Shy, and I want to collect just 3 pre-order benefits for Not Shy so I can fill up a row in that 9-pocket sleeve as well. Now moving on to the boy groups that I collect. So the first boy group that I want to talk about is 101. So I started collecting K-pop maybe in April or May of 2020, and 101 was the first group that I collected. For 101, all I want to do is to finish their OT11 album photo cards. Because for 101, I kind of got sidetracked and I collected a bunch of promo things, photo cards that I didn't know existed, and I actually never got to finish their album photo cards, so that is something I really want to do. Just album photo cards. Not even sleeves, postcards and things. The other goal that I have for 101 is to sell some of their promo things that I bought on impulse and just give better homes to items that I don't really look at and I don't really appreciate. Now on the topic of 101, I want to talk about Ong Song-woo and Kang Daniel. So they were my 2 top biases in 101, and because they were so loved by me, I also collect their solo things that they release now after 101 has disbanded. So for those 2 guys, I want to keep buying their comeback. You know, if they have a comeback, I'll buy the album, but I won't actually collect every single photo card that they might release, just as a way of supporting them by buying their album, but not being too serious about collecting them. The next group that I want to talk about is probably my favorite K-pop group right now, which is Victon. So for Victon, I do collect OT7 for album photo cards, and I also collect a few OT7 non-album photo cards depending on what they are. So it took me a while to decide how I was going to collect Victon because they have a lot of photo cards and I collect OT7, and I still haven't decided who my bias is, although it is probably Sungshik. So for Victon, I decided to collect in backwards chronological order for OT7 sets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect Mayday first, then moving backwards to Continuous, then backwards to Nostalgia, and then backwards and so on until you get to Voice to New World. This doesn't include their latest comeback, which just happened a couple of days ago. I'm so excited about that comeback and I love it so much. For that new comeback, they have 80 photo cards, which is a lot of photo cards for just one comeback. So I'm gonna collect slowly. I'm not gonna rush myself. I'm just gonna enjoy every photo card that I buy and every photo card that I pull. And yeah. The other thing with Victon is I want to buy their light stick. Their light stick is called Vicky Bong. I've wanted this light stick for a while now, but The story with this light stick is that there are a lot of fake light sticks out there, and especially when you're buying online, you don't know if it's real or not. And that is a serious problem these days. I actually bought a fake 101 light stick before. I didn't realize it was fake until I got it in the mail and I realized I couldn't connect to the app with it. I did visit my local K-pop store a couple of weeks ago to ask them if they had Vikibongs or if they could possibly order one in for me, you know? And their reply was kind of funny. I've actually contacted them 3 times now about it. So the first time I contacted them on Instagram, then I went into their store, and then I also emailed them after going into the store. And they must have thought that I was 3 different people at each time, because each time they were like, oh, we don't have the light stick. And then I would say, you know, can you order it in for me then? And they would be like, oh, we'll just keep looking for it, we'll just keep looking for it. And then by the 3rd time that happened, I knew that they were not going to order it in, even if they could. They tend to order most popular light sticks, which is not Victon, unfortunately, so I'll keep looking and hopefully I can find a seller maybe on Instagram or something who can give me more proofs. That is not a big priority for me, but I would like to get a Victon light stick. Moving on to the next group that I collect, which is NU'EST. So for NU'EST, I collect Minhyun. Minhyun is my bias. I really enjoyed collecting NU'EST this year and last year because I feel like the fandom is so chill. We make so many jokes with each other about Pledis mistreating their groups, and I feel like the fandom is just lovely and I've made so many friends there. So for Minhyun, I only have 3 photo cards left. There's a Nocturne one and then there's 2 from their very early era that I can't find yet. I'm not too stressed about Minhyun, but I just wanna, you know, collect everything and be up to date with Minhyun. Now moving on to AB6. So AB6 is a group that I used to collect OT5 for. So I have all of their Be Complete photo cards, and my goal this year is to finish their 6th Sense photo cards and also to finish all of Youngmin's album photo cards. So Youngmin was my bias in AB6, but unfortunately with what's happened now, I've decided that I won't be collecting any more AB6 comebacks. I have bought Vivid and I also bought Salute a couple of weeks ago, but even when I was buying Salute, I didn't feel like I was enjoying it, and I felt like I was buying the album just for collection purposes and just to say that I could buy the album, which is not what I want to be doing. So I am going to keep what I have for AB6, but I'm not going to collect any more of their items. The final K-pop group that I'm going to talk about is, of course, the inescapable BTS. I love BTS. I would say maybe they are my 2nd favorite group apart from Victon. So for BTS, I collect Tae, and for every comeback of BTS, I buy 1 version of their album. So I do want to keep collecting Tae. I want to collect all of his photo cards starting from the Love Yourself era all the way up to now. It's not a huge priority and I don't want to stress myself over it too much because BTS photo cards can get extremely pricey. So my limit for BTS photo cards is $15, $15 Australian, not including shipping, which I think is okay. It's reasonably achievable, but it also places a little bit of limit on me so I don't spend too much. And then I also want to finish Tae's Speak Yourself final mini photo card set and his On mini photo card set because I love those photo cards so much and I can't wait to see them complete in my binder. So now I want to talk about Arashi. Arashi is not K-pop, but they are my favorite group of all time. And I've been collecting Arashi for 6 years now. I've been a fan for 6 years as well. And I have a lot of goals for this group. So my first goal for Arashi is that I want to buy a brand new white shelf and to put all of my CDs, DVDs and merch on this shelf so I can display it properly. Right now I have Arashi merch everywhere. Like, literally I have magazines in a storage container downstairs. I have DVDs in a storage container somewhere in my garage. I have merch everywhere and I feel so sorry because it took me a while to get that merch and to have it just stored somewhere kind of is sad to me. You guys might be able to see in the corner here, there's like a little side of a white shelf you can see at the edge of this frame. That is my old white shelf, and it's one of my most abused shelves. There's kind of two top shelves that have Arashi merch on it right now, and then the bottom two shelves are just filled with boxes and random papers, like random bills that I've paid already and things like that. So my big goal for Arashi this year is definitely to get a shelf and display everything properly. My next goal for this year for Arashi is to buy all of their albums that they've released from 1999 all the way up to 2020. And I also want to buy all of their singles. This is going to be a lot, so I'm actually going to read from my planner how much I want to buy for this year and next year. So 17 studio albums, 5 compilation albums, 58 singles, 23 concert DVDs, and 2 video albums. Obviously I have some of the stuff already, but that would still be a lot to collect. And it's kind of like a coping mechanism for me, because you guys probably know that Arashi is on hiatus now, and they're probably not going to release any group albums at least. So yeah, it's kind of a coping mechanism for me. I want to buy a couple of things every month or 2 months just so I can see something new, have something new of theirs, even though they're not releasing anything technically new now. So now that I've talked about my current groups and my collecting goals for those groups, I want to talk about new groups that I might collect, maybe. Now keep in mind, this is only if I finish a current collection or if I become up to date on a current collection, and my rule currently now is it's 1 for 1. So if I finish one collection, I might start another collection. Particularly finishing 101 photo cards and getting up to date on New East is my main priority. So there are 3 groups that I've kind of been considering collecting. The first group is STAYC. STAYC is amazing. They are a girl group with 6 members and they are rookies. They have just blown me away with their music and their vocal ability and dance and rap ability. My bias is Jay. I freaking love her voice so much. So if I finish some of my current collections, I might start collecting STAYC. I'll probably collect 3 members if I do collect STAYC, but I will update in a later video sometime. The next group that I actually considered collecting was JO1. You guys might not have heard of JO1, but they are a J-pop group that was formed from Produce 101 Japan. They have 11 members and they're a boy group. I did think about collecting JO1 for a really long time, but I kind of can't bring myself to collect them because no matter what I tell myself, collecting JO1 kind of feels like I'm replacing Arashi, and I never want to replace Arashi, so maybe not JO1. And the final group that I thought about collecting was NiziU. So NiziU is a 9-member girl group that is under JYP and Sony Entertainment. They are all Japanese members, they promote in Japan. And I wanted to collect them because I have a history with them. So I watched NiziU Project every single week when the next episode was released. And I followed the girls through a couple of years of training, and I also watched NiziU's TV show appearances in Japan. So they actually appeared on one of Arashi's TV programs, which was really cool. It was really cool to see this young girl group interacting with my favourite boy band of all time. That was really cool. Now moving on to some general goals that I have for this year, and this might not be related to collecting specifically, but could just be my my kind of behaviour as a fangirl. So the first goal that I have is related to photo card collecting, and it is to budget better and not buy so much things on impulse. I did this a lot with 101, and it's the reason why I didn't finish my 101 OT11 photo card collection, even though it's such an easy collection to finish. So yeah, that is one goal. The only exception I have to impulse buying is for Arashi. I'm perfectly fine with myself impulse buying whatever Arashi merch I want. And in fact, I did this the other day where they had this box set of pamphlets, or what you call photo books, right? This was something that was exclusive to the fan club, and I didn't buy it at the time when I got the notification that I could buy it. But I saw it on Mercari the other day, and you know what I saw in the photo? I saw that it said this photo book has images from the November 30, 2018 Fukuoka concert. The concert that I went to that changed my life. So I was like, let's buy it. So yeah, Arashi is the only group that I would ever impulse buy for nowadays. So hopefully I can control myself better and budget better. The next goal I have is to be more open-minded about the groups that I listen to. So I was kind of influenced by a couple of YouTubers that I watch as well, where they might only collect 1 or 2 groups that I like, but I am becoming more interested in the other groups that they listen to. So one of my goals this year is to be more open-minded and to listen to a greater variety of groups, not just the ones that I collect photo cards for. And finally, my last goal is pretty simple, it's just to chill and relax. And what I mean by that is not only chill and relax with my collection, but also chill and relax with being a fangirl. So for my collection, I won't get too obsessed with how many photo cards I have, how much a photo card was, whether I finished a collection, whether I have all the album photo cards or not. And then just for fangirling, I feel like I need to stop being so emotionally invested in certain groups. I definitely had this problem with Arashi where I struggled a lot with the fact that they were going on hiatus, and it really wrecked me emotionally, and I feel like if I don't become so emotionally involved in the beginning, then that won't happen to me at the end when a group inevitably disbands or goes on hiatus or goes their separate ways. So yeah, that's all my goals for 2021. So that was all my goals for 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I am gonna say again, I'm really glad that I could show my face in this video. I hope you guys feel like you know me a little bit better, or you have slightly more of a connection to my channel and myself now that you've seen my face. So I hope to do a lot more videos this year. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!